Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bhooki. So I've had a few questions from people asking me what basic essential sewing tools should they buy as beginners. So I will be showing you the tools that I have and what they are used for and if you actually need them as a beginner. So without wasting your time, let's get to it. So the first sewing tool I'll be recommending is a pattern paper. This is used to create garment patterns or designs. So you would need to draft your design on the pattern paper, then transfer it to your fabric. A lot of people use this to learn how to create different clothing designs. I would definitely be recommending this. The next one is a tracing paper. Similar to a pattern paper, this is a semi-transparent paper used to trace or create drawings which could be copied precisely from the existing designs or markings on a pattern paper. This is also used to preserve original pattern design so you don't have to destroy it. As a beginner, I would recommend having it, but it's not particularly essential. So the next essential tool to have is a pair of scissors. As a beginner, it is highly recommended that you have two pairs, one for paper and one for fabric. Please, on no occasion should you mix them up together. If not, you will damage your scissors. So the next is a chalk. This is used to make markings on your fabric, either to create new patterns or for alterations. The next is a notepad. I use this to write down measurements, my sewing to-do list, or even create mini designs. This is really good to have. So the next is a tape measure or a tape rule depending on where you are, and this is used to get your body size measurements such as your waist, your hip, etc. It is highly recommended and I cannot do without it. So the next are your markers or marker pens. So these are used to draw markings or drawings on your pattern paper. Very essential. So the next are your sewing machine bobbins. These are very essential to have. You need to have extras for different sewing projects. So for people who are just learning how to sew using a sewing machine, I'm going to be recommending a magnetic seam guide. This is going to help you sew straight lines. Next, we have safety pins, which can be used to hold fabrics together or to draw a string. Next is a seam ripper. This is used for unpicking your stitches. They are very good and very essential, trust me. Next, we have our thread cutter. Like the name, it cuts threads, and also those tiny thread leftovers that we have after we're done sewing. So the next are your sewing threads. I highly recommend that you have them in different colors to match the different colors fabrics comes in. And then you can also have them in different sizes as well. So the big one is for my overlocker, while the small one is for my sewing machine. So the next important sewing tool are pins. Pins are very essential because they're used to secure fabrics together, align notches, and help you while you're sewing. And the pin cushions just help you to secure your pins. So the next tool I'll be recommending for beginners is a fabric called calico or teru. This is used to visualize how your designs will turn out before cutting your actual fabric. You can also use the fabric called muslin. The next tool is a ruler. This is a 1-meter ruler I use for sewing long garments such as trousers. However, if your projects do not require a long ruler, you do not need them. For instance, if you're sewing clothes for toddlers, you don't need a 1-meter ruler. Next is a 50-centimeter ruler. Now this is very essential and I suggest you get yourself one as a beginner. So the next essential tool I'll be recommending is a pattern master. This is my all-time favorite ruler. It is, oh my God, the most essential as long as I'm concerned. It is used for straight lines and curves. Once you have this, you don't need to get yourself a French curve, a pant curve, or a hip curve. You don't need all that if you have this. And I use this for all my sewing projects, so I highly recommend. The next important tool I'll be recommending is the steam iron. This helps to flatten out your seams and your fabric, and it just makes your work look neater and it helps you visualize your creations better. Now, for those in Nigeria or other parts of the world where electricity is not the best, I would recommend a coal iron or a sad iron. Now, oh my God, I used it for years and it was a lifesaver when I didn't have electricity to power my iron. So I do highly recommend this. So the next tool I'll be recommending, the most important for a beginner, is a sewing machine. So I have the Brother LS14 sewing machine and the Brother Overlocker. I've put down the names below. These are very essential, second to a thread and needle. Oh my God, I forgot to show you a needle. Please always have a needle close by. They are very, very essential. So I have an overlocker, which I use to clean up the edges of my fabrics while I'm sewing. It's not particularly essential to have an overlocker because there are ways around it. You can use a zigzag stitch, you can use a bias binding or things like that to clean up the edges. So it's not important to have an overlocker. However, a sewing machine is important. And this is me trying to show you how to use a magnetic seam guide. I'm going to be making a more detailed video on the two sewing machines that I have. So please be on the lookout for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and please do not forget to subscribe. This helps me to know that you guys like my video and it encourages me to make more videos. If you have any questions, please put it down in the comment section below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Until next time, have a good day.